I'm going to use this under my low back just to give that little arch that I have, because I do have that lordosis under there. So when I lay flat, it is not arched like that, and all the weight is on my low back. So then it gives me a chance to pull my pelvic floor in. So there is a difference between pelvic floor, kegels, and sucking in the big gas. We all have learned my past before. So for 5 years, I was learning to pull in my pelvic floor, which really I just felt like, okay, I'll just do a strong kegel, you know, and squeeze my butt. That's what I felt like. I sit on my back, that's part of my pelvic floor, right? I didn't realize that really the pelvic floor, the muscles in our underneath our uterus that connect the thighs and the abs and all of that right in here, it is like a basket. It's like a bowl of fruit. Holds all our fruit, right? So these little muscles become weakened, and there's a lot of movement. So when they say, you know, do a kegel, what is that? It's none of these. Tell you that right now. It has something to do with your visa, right? It has nothing to do with anything else. So people think when they do the kegels, it's going to stop them from peeing. Nope. Never happened. They'll be more aware of it. It may strengthen it, but it's not the whole thing. So in these muscles, when you engage them, good morning, make sure you engage the P and gas. So you're gonna do a kegel right now. Now squeeze the pelvic floor in like you know, for top, and then let it go. Now squeeze the P and gas in, oh, return to the squeeze. You should be lifting up. You should feel everything just lift. That's what you should be doing 24/7. Vacuuming, cooking, and all these things that we do, we should have all of that engaged. And I asked my teacher, I go, so when do we have to have gas engaged now? Yeah, when you're doing stuff, you know, exercise. He said 24/7. If you don't, that low back's going to tell you, no, I need somebody else to help me out. So that's your key to, oh, okay, let me get this back in shape. And it has a lot of muscle memory. You know, we have kids, they say, you're never going to get this back. You can totally do it. Just make sure you're not doing those kegels when you're on the toilet. It's going to give you a bladder infection. It's okay if you're going to be and you want to see how long it takes you to stop that process. That'll tell you, okay, I engaged the wrong thing, or I need to tighten up, I need to strengthen. So that should just give you, don't keep doing it. All right, so let's start off on our backs. Like I said, I'm going to use a towel under my low back. I'm going to roll down. I'm going to bring my knees into chest nice and slow. One at a time. I'm going to adjust that little towel underneath my low back by rocking my legs side to side and making sure that my spine feels level. And nice and easy, I'm going to open my knees wide, my legs wide, my knees bent. I'm just going to pull the knees towards the armpits. And I'm going to send the heels up for happy baby. Try to keep the glutes on the ground. Keep the spine long. If you can touch the outside of the feet, great. Otherwise, the back of those hamstrings, side of the shins and calves, the outside. Just make sure that spine is long, that you're breathing full and complete. And then we're going to release one foot down and then the other. Stretch out those legs nice and long. Take the arms overhead and take a big body stretch. Like we just got out of bed. Ooh. Bring those arms down alongside the hips, palms up for receiving. If that feels comfortable, or hands down for grounding. And then just let those legs fall wide and release those hips, those quads. Release the shoulders. Release the neck. Soften the jaw. Uncrinkle the forehead. Pull the shoulders up and back and just adjust those arms one last time and legs. We're going to focus on our breath just for a few. So we're going to breathe in. Fill the whole torso. Rib cage, belly, chest, all the way to the throat. And then just let it seep out of your body. Imagine it coming out of every cell of your body. As you breathe in through the fingers and toes, and just imagine that breath flowing through the body, filling up every nook and cranny. And let it go. Let it just seep on out. Maybe here we'll set some intentions. A lot of things going on, so let's set some intentions for peace, healing, for others as well as ourselves. So we're going to move slow today, but with accuracy as much as possible, and hopefully engaging everything. So let's take our last breath, and let it seep out of the body. Nice and slow, squeeze that pee and gas in, and feel how everything from that rib cage and all the way to that, where the quads connect, engage. And then nice and easy, you're going to bring one knee in. Start off with that left, if you haven't already brought that left knee in. Take those hands and let's give it a hug if possible. Keep that pee and gas squeezing. Flex the left foot, engage that leg. Flex the right foot, maybe hover it off that mat. Now send the energy through that heel. Really flex that right leg. Squeezing that pee and gas and engaging those abs that connect to that quad and hamstring on the line. Inhale. And then exhale, just release that right leg down. Release that left knee. Open that left knee out to the left. And then we're going to nice and easy squeezing the pee and gas, anchoring our bodies. We're going to bring that left knee up towards that armpit on the left. Take that left hand out and around that outside of that left shin. And open that leg up and around the rib cage, pulling and hugging it in towards that left side of the torso. So we want to squeeze that left side, the descending pulling, give it a nice little squeeze. Now, squeeze that pee and gas, flex that left foot, get that right one turned on, hover it. Really send the energy out of that right heel, breathe. Engage everything, breathe, relax the shoulders, breathe, relax that right leg down, relax that left leg, take the right hand on the outside of that right leg, left leg, and pull the left leg over to the right for a little twist. So watch your low back, you don't want to really send the whole body over, you just want to stretch that low, I want to say that latissimus on the left side. It's going to pull that glute, that piriformis, that little sciatica, and the whole shebang. IT's getting in there. Not a big movement, but it's enough just to make you focus on the breath so that you can send it to those tight areas. And that it knows it's okay to release and stretch. This is where we release the junk and the trunk. Okay, engage that pee and gas, those abs again. Use those abs to pull that left leg back. Drop that left foot and straighten that left leg. Rock and roll that left leg side to side. Use that hip socket So if you take your left hand and place it right where that left thigh and that left hip connect, just use your fingertips. You don't have to press really hard. Squeeze that pee and gas, and then shift that leg left to right and feel that soften. It's lubricating and just straighten out. All right. So we're going to slowly bend that right leg. Nice and easy, adjust that spine, squeeze that knee and gas in and bring that right knee into chest. And we're going to hug it in. Whew. And then you'll notice which side is tighter, so make sure you elongate the spine nice and long. Flex that right foot, focus on the breath, and then flex that left. Now, if it's too much to hover it, you can always keep it bent. There's no law that says you have to hover and flex. You have to do what's best for your body and slowly work on getting to a little more advanced. Flex that left foot, send that energy to the heel, breathe. And then gently release that left foot down. Slowly release that right foot down and drop that right knee out to the side. And then nice and easy, engage those abs of that core and then bring that back. And then again, I forgot we're bringing it out to the side. So bring that right knee out to the side, grab it with that right arm, hug it in to the right side of the body, tuck that knee into the armpit. And we're going to squeeze the ascending colon on the side. We have all of our major organs on the side, so breathe fully complete. Flex that right foot, flex that left. Again, hovering, squeezing the pee and gas, using that basket of fruit of all those muscles in that pelvic floor, sending that left leg nice and long. Breathe. And then gently release that left leg down. Left hand to the outside of that right leg. We're going to take it over to the left. Nice and easy. We just want to feel that stretch in that glute, that outer T, hammy, quad. I feel it in my piriformis and sciatica, so. And then nice and easy, bring it back. Straighten out that right leg. Take those right fingers, place it on that little place where that hip and right leg meet and rock it side to side. Go slow, you can flex the leg, you can point it, do whatever you feel feels good for your body. All right. Big body stretch, inhale, lengthen. Bend those knees, place the feet down, and we're going to rock the knees side to side. I can place my palms down about a foot distance away from me. Now, don't just drop the knees side to side. Like, oh, this is easy. Engage that core. Use the pee and gas to move those legs side to side. Press into the toes. Utilize everything you own. Press into the heels. Careful not to let the hips rise. You want just the legs to move, those sockets, which means they're not going to move very, very far at first. All right, last one. Bring that into center. Lengthen that spine, adjust that tail if you have it underneath you. And then nice and easy, walk those heels in a little closer to the glutes. And then we're just going to do some pelvic tilt. So we're going to lift that pelvic floor, send it to the ceiling. And the pelvic floor is going to come up higher than those hip bones. And then we're going to rock it down, hip bones come up. Just watch that low back. Don't hyperextend. Let the breath move you. Make sure you're squeezing that pee and gas as you bring it up and back. Slow movement. Make sure you're breathing. Each movement goes with the breath. Last one. Pressing into the feet. Keeping those knees parallel. And release nice and easy. All right, from here we're going to do the clock, which is always our favorite because I can never remember what time it is. Belly button's 12, pelvic floor is 6, right arm is 3, and left eye on the left. So when you're ready, we're going to go down to 6. Small, gentle movements. I should not see you going from number to number. 12, 3, 9, 6, 12, 9, 12, 6, 12, 6, 9, 3, 9, 3, 9, 9, 6, 9, 6, 12, 6, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, release. Bring one knee in and then the other. Open up those knees, happy baby. Rock side to side. It doesn't really feel like you're doing much, but if you kind of feel your happy baby from the first one we did to now, you might feel some relief and some lengthening. And that's really what we want. All right, place those feet down. You may not feel anything. Everybody's different. All right, so now we're going to work on some bridging and we're going to turn everything on. So we're going to walk those heels in a little closer to the glutes. Reach those fingertips down to the heels. Keep the feet level. Imagine you have a block or a ball between the knees. You kind of want to engage in the big toe to squeeze the knees almost together. Pressing the hands into the ground. We're going to squeeze the pelvic floor, so pee and gas, and we're going to roll up. So when you're ready, inhale. And exhale, roll it up. Squeeze those knees, squeeze the glutes, turn everything on. Press into the big toes. Inhale. Exhale, send those hips up higher. Inhale. Exhale, send those hips up higher. Squeeze the knees. Press into the ground with the feet. Turn on those abs. Turn on those glutes. Turn on those quads, those hamstrings. 3, 2, and start with the shoulders. High on the toes. Roll it down on that exhale. Slow and controlled. Knee into chest. Rock side to side. Breathe. Brutal, isn't it? All right, let's do that again. So take your time in prepping. Remember, walk those feet in close, place those hands down, make sure that those feet are hip distance, and they start wide open like that. So when you're ready, inhale, press into the feet, squeeze the feet gas, and exhale, roll it up. So you should roll right back up to where you left off. Sure, right? All right, use the fingertips and squeeze into the feet. Press, 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 squeeze the knees. Turn on those quads, those hamstrings. Turn on those hip flexors. Squeeze, press. Use the hands if you have to and lift those hips. For 3, for 2, and 1. High on the toes. Start with the shoulders. Roll it down. Articulate that spine. Bring those knees in the chest. Rock side to side. Plus, if we're sitting a lot, zooming in meetings, or that's just our job, this sitting really is going to tighten up our low backs especially. All right, nice and easy. Our last bridge, so find those feet. Hands out. Engage that feet and gas. Press into the toes and heels. When you're ready, inhale. And exhale, stand up. Now, from here, we're going to lower those hips down and hover. Squeeze the knees. Press into the heels, raise up, squeeze those hamstrings. Inhale, exhale, hover, lower. Use the feet and the quads. Inhale, exhale, hamstrings and glutes. Stand you up with those hip flexors. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more, lower down, hover. Inhale, press into the feet. Exhale, squeeze up, and down, up. High the toes, lift. And exhale, roll it down, slow. Control it, control it. Use those abs. And bring those knees in the chest. Happy baby, rock side to side. Yay. Ooh, how's that feeling? Not good, huh? All right. Yeah, you asked for it. Hip distance apart with the feet. Make sure the knees are nice and stacked. Nice and hip distance apart. So we're going to start off by just engaging those abs. We're going to start off by using those abs. So hands are going to come right behind my ears, just gently. And then remembering that pelvic floor and those blocks that we just did, I'm going to squeeze my pee and gas in and engage. So that my spine is up. I'm going to inhale, exhale, lift the head and chest. Ooh, then I'm going to bring those knees up. Ooh. Breathe. Inhale, send it up higher. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale, take the head and chest down. Right leg and up. Side to side. Frankenstein arms, rib cage arms. We're going to relax those shoulders. Bring those legs into tabletop. And then slowly float those arms down. We're going to point the toes. So the right leg is going to come out and reach far and wide, and I'm going to touch my toe on the ground. Using my hip flexor and down, I'm going to engage and bring my leg back. Keeping that pink out, left leg goes. I tense my fingers on my arms and then pull my abs in so that I'm not arching, because then I'm just using my low back and nothing in my abs. So this is all abs. So P and gas should be engaged. You should feel those glutes connect to those quads. You should feel those abs connect to those hamstrings, those hip flexors. And breathing. For 3. Remember, we're not doing can-cans, so just don't drop those feet down. Reach them out. Use those abs. Reach them towards me. Imagine I'm pulling your legs long. The longest 3 ever. Bring those knees in the chest. Rock side to side. Tabletop, arms in Frankenstein. And then drop them down to the side. Flex those feet. This time we're going to take the left leg and reach it out, drop that heel down. Your leg should almost be straight, you need. That's how far out you should be going. And then switch it up. Make sure the knees don't come past the hips, because then you really cut off that hip flexor connection. Yeah, breathe. Remember, if you hold your breath, it's going to be harder. 2. And small movements are very important to connect all those little muscles to help those big ones. All right, last one. Bring those knees in the chest and rock side to side. All right. I'm going to drop my legs into a butterfly. So what I'm going to do is drop my feet together on the mat. My knees are bent. And I'm just going to open my knees wide, bottoms of the feet touch. So this is also called goddess butterfly. And I'm just going to let those hip flexors stretch a little bit. I'm doing a lot of work right now. Say thank you, hip flexors. You do a lot of work for me. I take you for granted. I'm sorry. Then slowly take the hands outside of those legs and close them. Bring them in the chest. Side to side. All right, this time we're going to send those legs on up to the ceiling. Just like Frankenstein arms, and we're going to send the Frankenstein arms up, and we're just going to hang out in dead bug for a second. And we're going to let the shoulders just rest on the mat so they're not in the ears. And let the feet and the hands just hang out in space. Feel the blood rushing from those limbs. This is a great time to thank everything we own in our bodies for all the hard work it does. We take it for granted, don't feed it on time, you don't hydrate it with enough water, the list goes on, not enough sleep, stress. This is a good time to give it gratitude. And let it know that you are still friends. All right, let's wiggle those fingers and toes. Wiggle those ankles and wrists around in circles, 4 each direction. Ooh, snap, crackle, pop. Other direction, don't forget. You know, these are the little things that we really take for granted. Because I'll tell you, when I had my foot in the cast, what I wouldn't do to be able to point and flex and wiggle my ankle. It was crazy. All right, so we're going to keep those legs up in the air, but we're going to activate them. What does that mean? Pee and gas. Suck it in. Engage all those muscles in the quads and hamstrings, hip flexors that we had before. Now, you don't need to point, you can flex. I just want to make sure that those legs are engaged. Arms are still in Frankenstein. Squeeze that pee and gas in, engage all of the abs. Inhale, exhale, lift the head and chest. Imagine you have that little tiny tangerine shooting between the neck and chest. Now my shoulders barely come off. That's fine. It's not about how high you're going. It's about connecting those abs. So breathe. So if you're flexing, really send energy out the back of the legs. Really feel the stretch in those back of the shins. If you got planters, you're really going to feel this. If it's too much, remember, bend those knees. Low back is kind of testy sometimes. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, roll it down, knees in the chest. Rock side to side. Hello, abs. Good morning. We do love you. We take you for granted. I know. All right, send those legs back up. Ooh. So we're going to do some what are these called? Sit-ups. Oh my gosh. So you can have the hands behind the ears if that helps. You can have those hands reaching up towards your feet. I'm going to reach up towards my feet because it gives me a little momentum in my abs. So again, I'm going to engage my legs, engage the pee and gas. I'm going to inhale, exhale, lift the head and chest, and I'm going to reach towards my toes. Not sending the arms, I'm going to lift the chest. I want my arms to stay, my hands to stay where they are, and work those abs. Breathe. Breathe. 2. And 1. Bring it down. Place those feet down. You can do side to side. You can do happy baby. So our abs are becoming atrophied, so we're not using them for things. Nice and easy. Bring those knees into chest and then send those legs on up to the ceiling. Nice and easy. Drop that left leg down so it hovers. If it's too much to keep that left leg and right leg straight, bend the right leg if that helps. So we're going to inhale, take the hands and crawl up on the exhale on that right leg. Yep. All right, once you get up there, you're going to inhale, exhale twice towards you. Inhale, switch. Exhale that leg towards you. Twice on the exhale, inhale, switching. Keep the head and chest up. Squeeze that big gap. Try to talk when you're doing this. Breathe. Remember, you can bring those knees in if it's too much. Woo. Single leg stretch. Double leg stretch. Last one. Bring those knees in. Place those feet down on the ground and windshield wiper side to side. Really makes you exhale now, right? So very important that it's the control the exhale. Don't have short and shallow breaths. Muscles need air to heal and repair. Nice long spine. Let's take a nice body stretch again. Big long stretch. And then I'm going to bring those knees one at a time into chest and roll and lengthen my spine again. So just remember to do what feels good to you. To surf your edge, honor your body. All right, let's take those feet up to the ceiling. Nice and easy, straighten that left leg. Let's climb up that right leg again. Whew. And then when you're ready, we're just going to do singles. Three, two, and one. Bring those knees in. Drop those feet down. Wave your leg. How's it going out there? Yeah. Anybody else sweating? I thought this was yoga. Remember, yoga, no matter what we do, or exercise, whether you're in physical therapy, no matter what you're doing, the core. What is the core for? It's for balance. It moves your arms. It keeps your body still from falling, so your arms and legs can do great things. Keeps you centered. And if that is not in the right place, well, everything's off. All right, bring those knees into chest, happy baby. It feels like taking those feet around those big toes and opening those legs wide to get a nice stretch in those inside thighs that you didn't think you were working right now. Ooh. Amazing, huh? Like, oh, those. And then nice and easy like that. All right, so we're going to straighten out the left leg, and then we're going to hook our arms around that right, back of that right quad, and then hamstrings. And we're going to swing ourselves up. Woo. So see how many pieces I got? She was like, it's beating up right now. Right? Amazing. All right, so we're going to do what's called a spine stretch forward. All right, so this is going to sound like we're hugging a tree, but relax the shoulders. Even at distance, you can take them out a little wider if that feels good to you. Just listen to your body. Just remember it's like this. Okay? Sit on those sit bones. Pull the skin out if you need to. Find it. If you need to bend the knees, you can put something underneath them. All right, so from here, we're just going to inhale. And then we're just going to reach over like a beach ball. So we want to round the torso, round the upper spine, reach forward, Watch the shoulders as you walk in the ears. It's like we're hugging the giant beach ball. Now flex those feet. Feel the energy from those heels. Inhale. Use the sit bones. Engage the pee and gas and pull yourself back in. Stack that spine. Where was I? I'm excited for it. Oh no. All right, I've got you. Pull the pee and gas and just see me get taller every time. I'm engaging not only my pee and gas, my whole abdominal torso, but the back of my legs, all the way down to the heels. And then I'm going to reach forward and just land on a giant beach ball. Stretching out that low back. Don't stretch back there. Woo. Shoulders out of the ears. And then press those legs and sit bones and bring them up. All right, we're going to do a little spiral. Feet together. Frankenstein arms out in front. We're going to tuck pelvic floor really round, and we're going to roll back. Try to keep the legs glued to the mat and engage. And so make sure you roll one vertebrae at a time. If you need to bring an elbow down, do it. Hands overhead. Careful not to pop the ribs. So if you pop your ribs, stop there. Come back to where you're not popping. Engage those feet and those legs. That pee and gas. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to roll back up. And reach over that beach ball. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale, roll it down. So this is a slow movement. Don't forget if you need to gently place that elbow down, do so. Careful not to pop the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, roll it up. I have this thing under my butt instead of my back, and it's hindering me. Don't forget to reach over that beach ball just to get those back stretched out a little bit. Roll back. So it feels better to have the feet just a little bit wider so you can keep the body engaged. Do that. Try not to bring the chin too far into the chest. Don't forget about that little key. And one of these days, your feet are going to stay on the ground. So when you're coming up, which is perfect, this is what we want to do. Why do we want to lift the legs? Because the legs are used to do everything. And the low back, right? So if you're here, bring that left elbow down and reach that right hand up. Try not to press too much into the elbow. Use those abs to bring yourself up. And then again, too, when you're coming down, if you feel like those feet are going to come up, use that one. But still lightly use those abs to engage. It's all about control and breath. Last one. Much easier with the elbow, right? It's like, hey, Tommy, you did that before. Well, because, you see, oh, okay, I can engage. You start to feel what you can really engage, and then what you're feeling it. So, a lot of times our overpowering muscles will take over and you won't get anything done. All right. Bring those knees in the chest, rock side to side. Open up to happy baby. And then just take a little note here. I'm going to do a little Peter Pan flying. I'm going to straighten out that right leg and bring that left heel into the center of my body. And then I'm going to switch it out. And then just pay attention to your body and the way it feels right now after doing those abs. tighter in certain areas? Do you feel it sore in others? Do you feel things you haven't felt before? It's all kinds of new feelings. So really breathe into it. And then nice and easy, drop those feet. And drop the knees over to the left and gaze over to the right, wiggle the shoulders flat. For a little twist, watch that low back. And then bring it, use those abs, bring it back to center. And then switch the legs up, over to the right, and look over to the left. Nice and easy, bring it back up to center. Bring that left knee in. You're gonna put those arms around that left leg, straighten out the right, and pull ourselves up. Good job. Let's go into tabletop. Stretching those abs. So watch the wrists. Bring it, inhale the cow. Oh gosh. And exhale the cat. Just inhale and exhale, just rocking back and forth. Again, nice stretching those abs and that low back. Now make sure you can feel the fingertips in the mat. Make sure you can feel the tops of the feet into the mat. And we're going to open those knees wide, big toes touch, and we're going to send it back to child. Toes and stretch up. Just take a few seconds here to breathe, release the abs, lengthen the spine. Fill yourself with gratitude. And we're going to walk with hands forward. Sitting on our legs, we're going to sit on the heels, bending the knees. So watch those legs, everybody might be tight here and back here. Good night. Smile. All right, hands down, we're going to curl the toes. This is where the fun part comes in. And then we're going to walk back on. Ooh, wow. Let's stretch out those feet. So again, keep those abs engaged, being gas, or taking the pressure off the toes and really working the whole leg. And then exhale, tap those down. Release the toes gently, straighten them out and tap them down. And then sit back. Now, it really depends on your knees. If you have fat knees, you'll need a towel or a pad. We're going to do what's called a thigh stretch after the set. So curl the toes and sit it back up. It's almost like what we're doing right here, but this is more for the toes, the ankles, the feet in general. You'll feel it, right? Not smiling. Don't talk to me right now. Don't want to talk to you. I know exactly where you are right now. Yep, and I was in the tent. All right, release. Gently, one foot at a time, place it down, shake it out. So this is basically prep for camel. That's what that thigh stretch is going to be. So I'm going to come onto the knees, the tops of the feet are going to press down, and I'm going to walk my legs up, my thighs, and just hands. So I like my knees and my legs to be a little bit at least at distance, and I'm going to utilize the top of my feet. So again, squeezing that being gas. All those abs we just worked, they should be up. All right, let's do this. So we're going to stretch that low back. But first, we're going to do the Michael Jackson. So you can have your arms out here, 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 out here, here. We're just going to lean back. Ooh. All right, but don't do this. Okay, I'm not popping my wrist. I want my quads to do the work. So it's a very small movement. We're not going back very far. So when you inhale, exhale, just take it back to where you feel that stretch. And you just want to live there for a quick second. And then breathe. Whew. Adjust the top of those feet. Inhale. Now make sure you're like a flat board and you lean back. Very small movement. Ooh. Feel that? It's brutal, isn't it? Back. Set it down. Open those legs, try to pose. Isn't that brutal? We use the quads for more than just one thing. If we don't use them and stretch them, the knees, the quads, the hip flexors, it shortens the front of us, and then the low back has to do double duty overtime, and it gets a little pissed. It's like an unfair employer. Think about that. All right, back up onto the knees. There'll be an unfair employer to your body, yeah? I work for a few of those, so I can say that. All right. Again, we're going to do that 3 more times. So find where your knees are comfortable. Of course, adjust them, put something underneath. I like my hands here because I feel like I can control my body from hinging forward and getting out of that stiff forward. And then it keeps me from popping those ribs. So inhale, press on the tops of the feet, and exhale, just lean back. Woo. Breathe. Send the breath all the way down the front of your body into those quads. Now, press those hips forward just a smidge. I know we're dropping those booties. And exhale. And drop it forward. Keep those knees as close in as you can. And inhale. All right, so we're going to some camel now. A couple variations to camel. So we're trying to reverse all the abs we just did too, so that helps. And you're still getting that stretch in those quads. So I'm going to take the left hand out. I'm going to reach that right hand just down, not too far. And this time I'm going to imagine I'm pulling my belly button with the string. And I want to arch this time. So you're going to feel that difference. But keep that pee and gas. You want these hip flexors to do the work. So inhale. Exhale. Press those hips forward. Take the left hand up. The right hand will automatically drop down and maybe touch that right heel. Stay there. Now get those front quads to kick in. Really press those hips forward. Imagine you're leaning back on that giant beach ball. If it feels good to let that right hand sink all the way down that right foot, to kick that thigh stretch. You can. Ooh, isn't that crazy? All right. Inhale, lift that left hand up, reach, and float it down. Set it down and rest forward. Oh. So I hear, first of all, I'm 57, and I hear, I can't do yoga because I'm inflexible. I don't know who ever thought I was flexible. Nobody's ever flexible, ever. Especially if you're in your 40s, 50s, and you had kids, 60s, and you had accidents. Flexibility is something you don't know anymore. I can't do that. I can't is a big thing. All right, let's start from the other side. You know, you don't have to do ginormous moves. It could be small, just right on that. You just have to listen and move. All right, let that left hand dangle down. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that string, arch. This might just be enough for you, and that's great. Let that left hand sink. Oh, like see this side is so tight, and now I know that my sciatica on the left side has been acting up, and now I know why. My left hammy and hip flexor and my left knee is so tight. Whew. Inhale, reach that right hand up, and sit it down. You guys feel that difference on each side? Be an equal opportunity employer. I even catch myself when I do stuff. Oh my gosh, why does this hurt so much? Oh yeah. All right, bring it on up. Now we're going to do full camel or one of the same versions we just did. So I start off the same. Toss the feet down. I really want to press into those feet. Left hand's going to come up. Right hand's going to go down. And I'm just going to go ahead and send that left hand up, find my heel, and then drop my left hand. Ooh, it's so tight today. It's so tight today. It's like, girl, what are you doing? And that's how you know, oh, okay, fine. I'll just live here. So you can bring the hands, imagine you have mittens. Stick them into your back pockets. Keep the thumbs around the hip waistline. And then as you press the hands forward, lean over that beach ball and squeeze the elbows in. So that's just another way to get that camel stretch in. I like to do it before and after, and I forgot to do it before. All right, and then exhale, bring it up. Sit it down onto those hips, onto those heels, and open those knees wide and sink into that child's pose. Tabletop nice and slow. And cat-cow. So really feel where those glutes connect to the waist, that low back or twin stretch, your cat-cow. Nice neutral spine. We're going to send those left toes back and swing them over the right foot, gaze over the right shoulder, look at that left. Switch on that side. And then slowly bring it back. Other side. Right leg out. Bring up some of those obstacles. And then we're going to that right leg. And nice and easy. Child's pose. Okay, bye-bye. I'm going to take about 5 breaths here. So big inhales, exhales. Just release what you got going on. And then go ahead and bring out the knees towards the ribs. We're going to do that out shoulder down as we did before. Remember, control it. Big body stretch over. Head, reach those arms and legs opposite direction. Walk the hands and legs over to the right. Let's do a little banana pose. Really stretch out those hip flexors on the left side. Take that left leg if you can and cross those ankles or heel over to heel. Try to keep that left hip and left shoulder down. If it feels good to interlock those fingers, so you can gaze either direction. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, over to the other side. So my right hip wants to lift, and I gotta press my right side down. Nice and easy, interlock my hands first, because that's what my body wants. And then I'll cross my ankles. Right leg over left. Ooh la la. So you'll notice on banana pose, one side is a nice curved C, and the other side feels like it's stiff tight. Just breathe. Inhale. Exhale, release arms overhead, big body stretch. And then nice and easy, bring one knee in at a time, roll side to side. I'm going to drop my feet down, keeping my knees bent. And then I'm going to cross my right ankle over the left leg. Now we're going to go for a twist. So if you have low back issue, you're playing at ease, so watch your twisting. If this is uncomfortable, take a twist that feels good to you. Tee out those arms. I'm going to inhale. Exhale, that right foot is going to come down to the left. And I'm going to lengthen my spine, wiggle my shoulders so they're both flat. I might come off the mat a little bit, and I'm going to gaze over to the right hand. Lengthening my spine as I breathe in, making more space, stretching it out. So grateful for every cell of my body. Nice and easy, bring those hands in. I'm going to bring my palms down. And then I'm going to engage my abs, use my abs, and bring those legs back to center. Let's get one last stretch. So lengthen that spine, make sure you're nice and long again. You have to readjust. Keeping that right leg crossed, bring those knees, both of them, into chest. So let's take those arms out like we're hugging a tree and just grab those legs on the outside and slightly, gently pull them in. Try to keep both feet flexed, to engage those legs and to protect the knees. Breathe. Slowly release. Release that right leg down and rock it gently side to side. Might feel a little easier now. Bend that right leg, arms out to a T, cross that left ankle over to the right and take it over to the right side. That twist. And again, I'm going to wiggle my shoulders flat, coming off the mat. Gaze over to my left side. Really feel that stretch in that left side, lengthening my back. Making space. So we're taught in yoga to breathe just in the belly, but really breathing into the whole torso activates the whole body. It's so healthy. So breathe in, feeling every corner of your body, every crevice, the fingertips to the toes, feel the body lengthen. Nice and easy. Put those palms down, engage those abs, bring those legs back. Adjust the spine, back to center. Bend those knees in, those feet flat. This is my tight side, so I'm gonna take my arms wide. Give it a nice big arm hug the tree, keep the feet flat. Ooh, la, la. So I can feel that pull outside of that left thigh. Just breathe. Breathe, keep the feet flat. So the deeper the breath, and as you imagine it going into those areas that are tingly, that are needing some air, send it there. And then release slowly. Straighten out that left leg. Rock it sides. One last big body stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring those knees to chest one at a time. Inhale, exhale, bring the head and chest on up. Take a big inhale, squeeze here, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Corpse pose. Take your rest. Fine, just lay down and rest for about 2 minutes. So we're just going to close our eyes and rest. This is called Shavasana. Closing the eyes. Soften the forehead. Slowly release the tongue. Soften the breath. Full breath in, breath out. Mind is wandering. Take into a drifty gaze between the eyebrows. Focus on the breath. There's no rush or movement if you feel like wiggling those fingers and toes. Rock the head from side to side and can. If you feel like moving, go ahead and roll onto one side, fetal position. Take 3 grounding breaths. Find to release whatever else we have left to the side. To restore our bodies, our minds. And the last one. Positive, loving, and kindness. The light inside of me is honored by the light inside of each and every one of you. Thank you for coming to class. Have a fabulous day. God bless you. Namaste. God bless. Thank you so much. See you later.